Right, we are back, and what better way to cap off, and I mean cap off, leaving Munich than sitting on a train for 7.5 hours, arguably almost 8, all because, not that I wanted to be cheap, but it was cheaper than taking a plane. Probably a plane is less hassle, but the last train before taking the metro, and that train decided to break down, and then you have every single body wanting to get onto the next train that pulled in. Thankfully the journey wasn't too long, so I wasn't standing up for very, very long, but hey, that 7.5 hours is worth it, because now I'm here in the Netherlands, ready to get some food. I just had a shower, so that is next. So whilst heading over to Mr. No-No, a recommendation given to me by one of my friends that lives in Rotterdam, I decided to take out my camera to take a few photos of early morning or morning Rotterdam street life. Now, after having some very delicious pancakes from Mr. No-No, I decided to go on another tour. And of course, the London weather, if you hadn't noticed, decided to tag along with me to Rotterdam, grey skies and everything. Whilst waiting for the tour to begin, I decided to take some more photos of two adequately named buildings, one being called the Pencil with its angular design and the other being called the Sharpener. I started inside the Sharpener building whilst waiting for the tour guide and everybody to come together, and before entering that building I was outside and I took a picture of the Pencil. It was the tour guide, thank you to her, that actually gave us the name of the two buildings, and the architecture throughout the tour in Rotterdam is quite interesting. I would highly recommend you go and see the architecture and the names that go along with them. Now, after the tour, I tried something new, oliebollen. I hope I have not butchered that name. It's a traditional Dutch treat. They come in two different styles, one plain and one with raisins, and they cover them with a generous helping, and I mean generous helping, of icing sugar. I opted to go for the plain. Afterwards, I waited outside a local bookstore, which is the one my friend recommended. When my friend turned up, we went inside, browsed a couple books. After that, we headed up to get some food, and I had ramen for the first time. It definitely didn't disappoint, and that wraps up my time in Rotterdam. Now, it seems the curse of the first broken down train, which happened on my way from Munich to Rotterdam, has struck again, but this time on the way to Amsterdam. It unfortunately made me cancel one of my planned tours, but I managed to turn it around and book a lovely canal tour, which I highly recommend. It's something new, something different. I did, and it was good just to kind of have a seat and go through the canal and learn a little bit more of the history of Amsterdam. I also was able to book the Johan Cruyff tour as well, either side of me exploring Amsterdam, going for a walk and taking some photos. So I'm just here now waiting for the next boat to arrive, having some breakfast because I don't think I had any before I left. And my first impressions of Amsterdam at this point, the city's alive. There is a lot of bikes and the canals are quite charming. There's a lot of energy everywhere you look. So in terms of my first impressions, at this point, good. And that wraps up this video. Here are a few more photos from my 48 hours exploring these two incredible cities, but don't go anywhere just yet as there is one more city left to come. So stay tuned for that one. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe because we want to get to 500 subscribers before Q3. So see you guys in the next video.